What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD Mobile video. So season 5 is nearing its end and we are going to be introduced to yet again another massive update for this game. And I have to tell you, I'm pretty excited for it because, you know, we kind of needed some changes done with this game, and I'll go through them later on throughout this video. But, you know, first I want to give my final thoughts for this actual season. So I'll admit, Season 5 is probably one of the fastest seasons I think we've ever had for Call of Duty Mobile. Typically we have like a 30 to 40 day type of season, but I feel like this one's lasting a lot less, maybe just a full month, and that's pretty much it. And to be honest, this entire month went by extremely fast. I know it probably just went by slow for some other people, but for me personally, it went by really fast, and that's mainly because there wasn't really a lot of stuff that went on for this entire season. I mean, really, everything just kind of breezed by, and, you know, there wasn't really a lot of stuff to look forward to, unfortunately. I feel like this was just like an ordinary season that we just had to endure before we actually get a massive change to the game. So this particular season started off kind of weird because, you know, of course we did get an in-game update. But typically whenever we do get an update prior to the Battle Pass being released, we get it like maybe during the middle of the night, and then like around, you know, 7 p.m. or depending wherever you are where the game refreshes for the day, we're supposed to get the Battle Pass. We usually get it like a day later. But for some reason this time around, when the update came out, so did the Battle Pass. It was like a very unusual thing. So obviously the developers did acknowledge this mistake, and they did pretty much take away the Battle Pass and, you know, return the original Battle Pass from Season 4 back to its normal state, so people that maybe have not grinded to tier 50 can do so. And for anyone that actually did buy the Season 5 Battle Pass, we just pretty much got to just continue on. So the people that didn't buy it would have to wait until the official release date. I mean, it was a fair move. I mean, I did buy the Battle Pass. I'm sure like hundreds upon thousands of people bought the Battle Pass the moment the update came out. So they're not just going to take it away from them and, you know, just give it to them later on. You know, it's that wouldn't be fair. So yeah, a lot of us had access to the CR56 AMAX pretty early on. And trust me, for all of you guys that bought the Battle Pass and made it all the way to tier 50 as of, you know, recording this video, you guys didn't miss much. To be honest, like, these past seasons for all these different types of blueprints have just been awful. And I feel like it's going to keep getting worse as we progress, because I swear, every type of season that we get, every new Battle Pass, the tier 50 weapon is always the worst. I don't know why. It's just been like that. It's been very lazy. And it's no different with the AMAX, because the torpedo skin it's pretty much the same AMAX, but they just added yellow stripes and called it a day. I think really the only good skin that I was able to find within the Battle Pass was probably the Bison, that little, what's it called, the Devilfish variant. Yeah, that was probably the best one of all of them. It was very decorated. It matched the underwater theme, as well as just, you know, having that octopus design around the gun. That was amazing. I mean, that's a killer skin that deserves to be in tier 50. Not this shit where you just put yellow stripes on a new weapon and that's it. That's not the way to release a tier 50 skin. I know I'm being a little bit too harsh with the AMAX torpedo, but I mean, it's kind of true. I mean, adding yellow stripes to a weapon and just calling it a day like that. I mean, yeah, you did change the iron sight just like a little bit, but it's not really much of a difference here. Honestly, I prefer all the other skins that came out in the Battle Pass over this one. And now that we've pretty much hit the subject of the AMAX, let me just give my quick thoughts on this weapon, you know, final thoughts for this season. I mean, it's a very average weapon. I don't see a lot of people using it. The marksman rounds are okay. The power of the weapon's alright. There are instances where I feel like it kills me instantly. I don't know if that's like just the internet connection that I have or anything else, because I don't know, it does feel like it has like a really fast time to kill, but for some reason sometimes it just fails you. It has like really poor bullet spread accuracy, so you have to like kind of like build it out in a certain way. As for the legendary that goes for this weapon, I think it's called the Red Death. I mean, it's nothing really crazy. It turns the gun red, and it has like this little flag symbol that's kind of like revolving around the gun. But I feel like, yeah, like the design of it looks really nice. I do love the iron sight of it, even though I don't have possession of it right now. I do pick it up sometimes just to see if my friend dies or if someone that has it dies. I do pick it up, just test it out for a little bit, just play with it. But the one thing I don't like about it is probably the death effect. I feel like it's very familiar to any fire-based type of legendary. Like, for example, if you kill someone and you see the death effect, it looks very familiar to either the ASM-10 Bunker Buster or the AK-117 Meltdown. Also in this season, we were introduced to a third legendary character, which is of course Ghost. So Ghost has a character called, I think, Retribution. And to be honest, this legendary character is nothing really crazy. I mean, I thought it was going to be something crazy because, you know, Ghost, well, in the comics of this game, has been missing for like a few seasons because he got injured by, I think, the Templar. And, you know, like his return was supposed to be like a very hyped thing, you know, it was going to be like something very spectacular, but like alongside his character skin being released in the draw came the worst shotgun in this game. So we all know the Shorty was eventually coming to the season, and we thought it was, a lot of us were concerned because I mean, it's pretty much the 725 from Modern Warfare, so we thought it was going to have ridiculous range and it was going to be extremely overpowered, when that was never really the case. I mean, this weapon sucks in pretty much every inconceivable way. And to make matters worse, I mean, the legendary wasn't that great as well. I mean, a lot of people got it very early within the legendary draw. Some got it in their first spin, some got it in their third. I personally got it in my third. Some people got it near the end. But to be honest with you, it feels like an epic at best. Like, you could barely even notice the death effect. There's not really a lot of animations going around it. It was probably one of the worst legendaries I think I've ever seen, especially for a secondary weapon. For Ghost, on the other hand, he wasn't the best either. He has no voice lines, and that's mainly because the voice actor was fired. And also, the kill counter kind of looks glitched. I don't know if it's supposed to look like that, but for some reason, like, it just looks really glitched, or it just looks really wrong. And also, like, all the perks that comes with those legendary characters, specifically with Ghost, it just doesn't really provide a lot for multiplayer. It really only provides, like, for Battle Royale, which, I mean, it's cool, but, you know, I'm not really a Battle Royale buff. I don't really focus on that type of mode, but they usually provide something for multiplayer other than just the kill counter. There's usually, like, maybe a kill streak skin. But here, that doesn't seem to be the case. But I did hear in Season 6 that they're going to update this skin to make it, you know, a lot more appealing, as well as, you know, putting Riley, the dog, into one of the specialists, or, you know, the operator skills, I think, which is, of course, going to be the K9 unit. And I feel like this is something that should have been done in the first place. I mean, you know, operator skills having skins is not something that's new. I mean, last year we had a H2O version of the Purifier for the Days of Summer event. So as of right now, Riley is just there to look pretty. Like, Riley does not provide anything for multiplayer, not even a skin as of right now. But like I said, they are going to change that, which is good. When it came to the other stuff, like the legendary skins, none of them were really good, and I feel like none of them really fit the theme of this season. You know, this season was supposed to be like some sort of underwater warfare type of theme, and we didn't really get a lot of that other than just the battle pass. I mean, you know, none of the legendary skins other than just the Locust Neptune had anything to do with water. I mean, even recently with the new ASM-10 legendary, it calls it, like, they call it the Hydroshock draw, but I don't see anything that has anything to do with water. It's still, it looks like more of a futuristic robotic weapon. It doesn't look anything like something that would be used in underwater warfare. You know, we need stuff like that. I mean, like, typically in other seasons, we usually get draws that kind of coincide with the theme of the season, you know, right? Like, for example, in Season 13, we got the Secret Santa for the QXR, which was, of course, the winter thing. We also got some space race stuff because it was also It also had to do with, like, you know, just outer space stuff, right? Like the Aurora Borealis and all that stuff. We ended up getting the BK-57 space race. We even ended up getting the Peacekeeper artifact. Like we got like a lot of cosmic stuff there. But here it feels like out of all the legendary skins and of all the skins, like only one was really that noticeable, and that was only the Locust Neptune. Yes, we also have the the PP-19 Bison Devilfish and some other like underwater related epics, but you know, they weren't that great. I mean, to be honest, I mean, the Devilfish was, like I said, the only good epic of this season. So yeah, overall, the weapons that were released, the skins, they were all right, but I felt like they should have fit the season a little bit more than they did. When it comes to the weapons that were released in itself, like the AMAX and the Shorty, very underwhelming. I mean, well, specifically for the Shorty. The AMAX, like I said, is a very average assault rifle. It's not something I would see a lot of people use, and even in the lobbies I go into, like even when it comes to playlists where there's like a bunch of real people, yeah, I don't see the AMAX being used a lot unless they just unlocked it. Other than that, yeah, you'll probably never see. I think I've only seen one person have the legendary AMAX, and that's pretty much it. My friend has it, but I'm talking about like the enemy team. When it comes to the Shorty, like I said, it's a very, very terrible weapon. Not really the best weapon for a secondary specifically, but yeah. So now let's actually get to the juicy stuff, like the meta, like how did the game perform? How were people playing this season? You know, all that stuff. I'll be honest with you, the meta for this season was kind of spotty. It was really all over the place if you think about it. I mean, you know, we only had like one SMG that was on top. Well, actually two now, because, you know, mid-season we did get an update that buffed the Fennec. So yeah, the Fennec is like number 1, the QQ9's number 2, and the rest are like the, you know, the DRH or like the Holger. You know, it was kind of hard at first for content creators to figure out what was the true meta for this game, because of how like balanced everything was. And I do have to admit, the PP-19 Bison still gives me herpes till this day. So yeah, I don't think that weapon's ever gonna be changed like perfectly, but yeah. I even went to see my doctor recently to see if the PP-19 Bison was toxic, and he told me that, you know, if you do use it or if people kill you with it, you do get AIDS. True story. But yeah, all jokes aside, yeah, the Bison is still a freaking overpowered ass SMG. And that's one thing I do have to complain about for the game in general. I feel like, you know, the weapons, or like if people miss the season or something like that, I feel like they have to make the weapons a little bit harder to grind for, specifically for the new players, because it makes it so much easier compared to, you know, getting it in the battle pass, because it does take some time. If you're starting from like tier 1 all the way to like tier 20 to unlock the weapon, it takes a much longer time compared to getting like easy headshots in a whole bot lobby, which you can achieve like in maybe 1 or 2 games. So yeah, I feel like they need to make it a little bit harder so like new players don't just get the easy weapons right away. I mean, am I right here? Because I mean, like, there's already so much hand-holding in this game. Like, we don't need like any more. Also, this is actually supposed to be the season where, you know, the ranked and the clan war season ends. So right now it's still kind of experimental with clan wars, because I don't know if our clan ranks are going to reset after this. So this can be something interesting to see once we head into season 6. But anyways, like I said, season 5, it's a solid season. It's nothing really crazy, nothing, you know, like that blows everyone's mind, but it was just kind of like a throwaway season for us until we waited out for season 6. So I'm hoping season 6 provides a lot more compared to what we have right now. I know I'm going to be extremely busy in that season. You know, you guys know I'm going to be streaming so hard for the Ether Crystal grind. So yeah, and I probably have to do it even quicker now, because I did find out that, you know, the zombies mode there, or like I guess the undead siege, is actually temporary, which it kind of explains how the challenges are set up, because like what I saw is that you could actually earn Ether Crystal on individual classes instead of just everything as a collective. So yeah, that's gonna be very interesting to see. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe for some more COD Mobile content, and I'll see you guys next time. Let's go reach for 4,000 subscribers, everyone. Have a wonderful day.